Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Genevieve Marino, and welcome to today's Strength Yoga Flow. I'm happy to be here as part of the Glitter Goddess Collective offering free community yoga every morning at 10 a.m. and Thursday evenings at 5 p.m. For today's class, it would be helpful for you to have a glass of water or something to stay hydrated. A blanket if you like to prop up yourself while you are seated. Or you could use a couch pillow. And let's see if there's anything else. I cannot see you. So that means please be an advocate for yourself. If you have a question, type it in the chat. If you're feeling something that doesn't feel like it's serving your body in that moment or doesn't feel like it's an investment in your health and strength for the future, back out of it. Type in your questions or anything you are concerned about into the chat, and I'll be checking it periodically. I'll come over and look, and I'll offer modifications. That also reminds me that while I was practicing today's class, I felt my body was asking for something that I hadn't sequenced. So if you have any requests, by all means, type them in. And I'll see what we can do to incorporate those suggestions. And I'm going to be changing a little bit of this class on the fly today because I've been sitting way too much at a computer screen all week, and we're going to do some shoulder opening to help, gain some flexibility there where we might feel a little tight. I don't know if your week is like mine, but more time at the computer is not leaving me feeling good. So let me know what you need, and I'm happy to incorporate that as well. We'll start with some breath work. Come to standing at the top of your mat. If you'd like to, close your eyes, but you don't have to. You can just soften your gaze if that's what you prefer. And here you feel the connection of your feet to the earth. All four corners of your feet, as if there was a point underneath your big toes pad, heel, foot pad. And then there was another point underneath your pinky side edge of your foot pad, and then 2 points in your heels. You push them down, all four corners into the earth. Bring the front of the thigh bones up. They rebound and lift. Low belly pulls in slightly. I might not see it, but it's a feeling that you have. Rib cage expands outward, east and west as you breathe in, and it stays out. It takes up space even as you exhale. The sternum, the front of the chest, rises, and lastly, the crown of the head reaches towards the ceiling. Maybe the fingertips draw down towards the earth, but you don't yank on the shoulders. You just allow it to ground down. The inner legs spiral towards the back of the mat as the frontal hip bones lift. And here we breathe. Inhale and exhale. And for our breath work today, I've connected, as if I invented this. No, this is a tradition. Today, we're going to be practicing connecting breath to movement in our sun salutations. So, if you're with me, inhale, reach the arms up and rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward, and exhale, step it back, right foot, left foot. Again, you can put knees down here, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. You can always put your knees down. And so your downward facing dog is your upside down V shape at its simplest, in its simplest explanation. And you're pushing down with the fingertips, hands are shoulder width apart. You're reaching up with the hip bones so that you feel that stretch throughout your spine. Heels do not have to be touching the floor. Knees can be bent, but you are working towards a straightening, a lengthening of the back of the legs. Inhale, look forward and step to get your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Now what I'd like us to do for the next sun salutation, we're going to repeat that. Let the breath initiate the movement so that the inhales first initiate the rise and the exhales initiate the folds or the drawing in. Inhale is expanding and reaching, exhale, drawing in. Okay. You can do this to your own breath cycle, but if you're with me, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot and then the right foot back for plank and then chaturanga. It's a long one. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we're here for 5 breaths. The outer arms contract as the inner arms lengthen so that you almost feel like shoulders, the shoulder sockets are turning to face one another. It's like if your hands were moving, they'd be turning outward, but they're not really going to move. Inhale, look forward and get your feet in between your hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do one more like that. Follow your breath. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back to chaturanga the whole way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. This is by no means a break, but here you are stable. Here you try and steady your breath as best you can. You find stillness. Inhale, look forward and walk or hop the feet in between the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay. Come to seated in a cross-legged position. If you are my students in my class, I would say crisscross applesauce, or the name of the pose is Sukhasana, shins crossed. If you'd like a break for some water, please do. Okay. Here, if you'd like to add a little height underneath your sitting bones, the two bones underneath you that are grounding into the earth right now, you can do that by adding a pillow underneath. And you'll know if you need that if you find that your spine is rounding forward a little bit, as if you had like a cat back. So here, we're going to cross the arms in front of us so that right elbow is underneath left elbow. And then here, we're going to hold opposite shoulders. You're going to reach the elbows out in front of you and then up for an opening in the back body. Reach your elbows out. Right is going to 10 o'clock, left is going to 2 o'clock. Inhale, feel the air, move the breath, move down to the bottom, back ribs, and exhale, fold inward. Inhale, lengthen, expand, and reach the elbows up and out. Exhale, fold forward. If you want to, you can do an eagle wrap by bringing the backs of the forearms to touch. And then if you want to get the double bind, you can bring the right hand to grab the left wrist. This is perfectly fine. This is perfectly fine. It's about your shoulders. So if you're here, your elbows then would go out and up. It's the same action. So it doesn't matter what the ultimate pose looks like. Inhale, reach up, rise, kind of like a cow spine. Exhale, curl inwards for cat. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Bring the hands to your knees. So right now your left arm is on top and your right arm is on bottom. Hands are on opposite knees. Here, I'd like you to take the right hand, bring it out. We're going to make big circles. Follow it with your gaze. Follow your hand with your gaze. And bring your right hand to your left knee. And then left hand's turn. Circle it out, up, and around. Bring it back onto that knee. And you're going to make these big circles. Allow the gaze to follow. And I want you to stop when your right hand and right arm is the one that's on top. And then when you're ready, you're going to grab opposite shoulders. So now, just to do the opposite thing that you did before, now the right arm is on top. and the left arm elbow is on the bottom. And you're reaching elbows out, 10 and 2 if you were to be looking at a clock face. And then you're going to reach them up and arch the spine. And then round, down, forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward. So we'll do some cat-cow here. Follow your breath. And if you'd like to take the bind or the double bind, you're going to bring the backs of the forearms up to touch, and then this time the right hand is going to grab the left hand is going to grab the right wrist. Oh my gosh, this makes my mind all confused. And then you're going to bring elbows out in front of you and then up for your inhales. And then exhale, curl forward. And then when you're ready, bring the hands to knees. And you're going to take the left hand, bring it out and around and draw that big circle. And if you can, follow the hand with your keys. Okay. From here, straighten both legs. You can still stay on your blanket or your pillow. And bend your left knee and step your foot outside of the right knee. Bring your fingertips behind you and see if you can lift, find any lift in your sternum and lengthen the spine. And then here, make sure your right leg doesn't cross too far over into the center and it's still in front of the hip. Here, you're going to keep the left hand exactly where it is. Reach the right arm up and stretch. And look up. And if you'd like to, turn towards the left. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, you can place your elbow, right elbow outside of left knee. And twist. Inhale, lengthen the heart, the Sternum up towards the sky. Exhale, twist. Left ribs back, right ribs towards the left. When you're ready, come on out of it. Extend the left leg. Inhale, lengthen the heart up. Exhale, fold forward. It's early in class, so as best you can, you crawl the fingertips forward for a Paschimottanasana. And even in this pose, inhale, lengthen the heart forward as best you can. Hips go back, heart goes forward. Exhale, forward. When you're ready, inhale, rise up. And this time we're going to bend the right knee. Take the right foot outside of the left knee. Make sure the left foot hasn't migrated to the center of your space, and just check to make sure it's in front of the left hip bone. Bring the fingertips back and lift the heart. Inhale, reach the left arm this time up. Reach, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring the elbow to connect with the outside of the right knee. And if you want, you can just hold your knee like this. You don't have to have this spinal variation, because just like in our eagle arm variation, like this, or this, or this, the actions are the same. You're reaching the heart up as you inhale, and as you exhale, right rib cage back, left rib cage around to the right. You twist. Inhale, heart up, spine lengthens. Exhale, twist. And then come back to center. All right. Come to lying down on your mat. Take a sip of water if you like to. I like to see the water because it always reminds me to take a sip. So we're lying down on our mats. And then here, we're going to eagle wrap again. First, reach your hands out left and right if you have the space. And then reach them up. Right arm underneath left arm. You can stay here and give yourself a bear hug. Or if you want to keep going and do the double bind, bring forearms back so the forearms touch. And then right hand will grip left wrist. And here, we're going to do one bind of the legs. So the left leg will lift and cross over the right. Actually, if you really want, you can do the double bind and hook the ankles. I'm just going to do one bind. And we're going to reach the elbows up towards the ceiling. And then arms, hands will reach towards the crown of the head and beyond. Maybe they'll even touch the floor behind you. And so here, we're going to do more cat-cows. Cat, cow, you lengthen. Oh, how lucky for me. I have something in front of me. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl inwards. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl inwards. We'll do 5. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl inwards. Inhale, reach. I think this is 4. Exhale, curl inwards. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl inwards. Bring the feet down. Extend the arms. Extend the feet if you have the room. Reach the arms up and overhead and lengthen. If doing this core work does not serve you, please leave it behind. And you can stay in your eagle wrap and breathe and lengthen without lifting the legs and doing any core work at all. I shouldn't say no core work, it takes core. It's just not the core work that I was envisioning. Okay, reach the arms left and right. Then reach them up. And really reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. And this time, left arm crosses underneath the right arm. Grab opposite shoulder blades or take the bind. And the left hand will wrap around right wrist. Elbows move up. And you can do the same cues if you're in the bear hug. Up and then towards the crown of the head, and maybe your fingertips even graze the floor behind your head. And here, now it's the left leg that goes over the right. You can take the double bind if you really want to. And you inhale, lengthen and reach. Exhale, curl forwards. 4. We'll do 5 of them. 3. 2. Low belly moves towards spine. 1. And come down. Unravel. Extend legs and arms. Reach the arms overhead. Inhale, expand. Exhale, ground down. Inhale and rise. We'll come up to seated. And then we'll come to standing at the top of our mat. Have a sip of water. If at any point you want to take a child's pose, please do. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, sink into chair pose by bending the knees, bringing the hips back, and lifting the chest. Fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Cobra or upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. But we don't stay here. This time we're going to step the right foot forward. Bring the back knee down. Imagine outer hips are expanding east and west, or 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock on your clock face. Untuck the back toes. Reach the chest up and the arms up. Inhale. Look up. Maybe you even see a little bit further behind you. And then bring the hands forward. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot forward next to the left thumb. Bring the back knee down. Untuck the back toes. Imagine hips are moving east and west. Outer hips to 9 and 3 o'clock. Make sure your front knee is stacked over your ankle. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Maybe you even reach back a little bit for a slight back bend. Bring the arms and hands down. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, look forward and get your feet in between your thumbs. You can walk or hop or handstand or your heart's desire. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up, and once again, sink the hips down and back, bend the knees for a chair pose. Lift the heart up. Maybe you sink a little bit lower. Maybe the hands come to touch, and then fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back. Lower to a chaturanga. Inhaling for up dog, exhaling, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward. And this time, we're going to take warrior one. Spin the back heel down so that left toes are facing the top left corner of the mat. And your feet are hips width distance apart. You aim to stack knee, front knee, above its ankle, and then rise up. See if you can keep that bend in the knee. Chest is facing forward. Reach the arms up. Imagine the front heel is dragging towards the back of the mat. It doesn't actually move, but you feel it. Inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, open it up to warrior two. You might need to lengthen your stance. Now, your heels, if you were to draw a line, are intersecting at the back of the mat, or heel and arch are intersecting. Right leg doesn't get its break yet. It's still bending at the knee, aiming to have knee above ankle. That foot is dragging towards the back of the mat. Back leg is strong, pushing down. Now torso is facing the left side of the mat. And you rise, hands reaching apart. Maybe the gaze glances over the right fingertips and straighten the knee. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, reach the right arm forward, left arm back, and tip forward for a triangle pose. Fingertips land wherever they land. Shin, floor, thigh bone. Just please do not put pressure on your knee. Inhale, lengthen, look forward, and then slowly turn the gaze up, if possible. Push down the back leg. Left hip is turning towards the floor. As chest twists open, and then inhale, rise up. Step to the top of your mat. Whew. And here you breathe. Inhale, reach the arms up. Sink the hips down and back for another chair pose. I think this is the last chair pose. Low belly draws in towards the spine. Knees forward, hips back, maybe the palms touch, and then fold forward. It's over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step the feet back for plank. Lower into a chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog. Now here. Step the left leg forward. By left leg, I mean left foot. Turn the right heel down so that the right toes are facing the right top corner of the mat. The foot is a little bit diagonal. Then you rebend the left knee so that left knee is above left ankle. Look forward and rise up. Torso is facing the front of the mat. Back leg strong and pushing down. Inner left leg reaching forward. Reach the arms up. Left heel drags back. Maybe your gaze looks up. Then open it up to warrior two. And this takes a big leg adjustment, a big foot adjustment. Now, heel to heel, instead of hips width distance apart. Right knee is still bent so that knee is above ankle. Torso faces the right side of the mat and gaze looks over left fingertips. Left heel drags to the back of the mat. And then straighten the leg. Reverse. Reach the left arm up. And back. And then now we move into triangle. Reach the left arm forward. Right arm back. And you tip. Place the left fingertips on the ground or on your shin or on your thigh. If they're on the ground, they're on the outside of your left leg. Push down with back leg. The right hip turns towards the floor. As your chest twists open, you look forward over your left foot and then gaze and head turn up, and maybe you look at your right fingertips. And you breathe here. Inhale, rise up. Woo. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Step the right foot out wide. And maybe there's like 3 feet in between your 2 feet. I don't know what that is in meters. Maybe the length of one of your own legs. Put your hands on your hips. Inhale, reach to the heart. Up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Prasarita, Padottanasana. And let's do A. We'll put our hands on the ground. So it's foot, hand, hand, foot. Elbows bending at 90 degrees, if possible. And you see if you can walk your hips forward. Maybe walk your hands forward if you want to. See if you can get your hips in line with your feet so that they're not sticking out and backwards. See if you can bring your weight towards the toe side of your foot. And if you need to walk hands forward, as if it was a strange down dog, please do. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to hips and rise. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. From here, we're going to come to seated. On the way down to lying on your back, you can take a sip of water if you'd like to. And then we'll meet on our backs for some back bending. So you will bend both knees and place the right and left foot in front of, on the mat in front of your hips. Arch your spine a bit by tilting your tailbone towards the mat as if you were doing like a cow spine, because we're about to go into a back bend, so you're going to arch a bit. Another way of thinking about this is not tucking the tailbone. It's releasing the thigh bones into their hip sockets and feeling that connection down. Okay. Lift the hips ever so slightly. And again, feel the hips in their sockets. Then push down with the feet, lift the thigh bones, and maybe you snuggle the shoulders underneath. Hands can grab the outer edges of the mat. You feel the heels dragging back and the inner leg spiraling down so that your pelvis can lift and your sternum can lift. And then stick your butt out to lower down to the mat. So that is bridge pose. You can do that again. Or, actually, wait, everybody, let's do this. If you have a little pillow, try this. If you don't, that's fine. I have teachers who used to always teach me this. Put the pillow in between your legs and hold it there. Don't let it fall. We're going to do another bridge. You're going to lift the pelvis up. See if you can hold that pillow in there. Don't let it fall. Snuggle the shoulders down. Grip the edges of your mat or interlace the fingers of each hand together. Drag the heels back. Oh, my pillow is almost falling. Don't let it fall. Hold it tight and then lower down to the ground. And that really taught me something about my legs. Okay. Choices here. Another bridge pose with no pillow. Another bridge pose with pillow. Or I'll guide you through a wheel if you're interested. And if you're like, I'm done back bending, I don't want to do this anymore, either imagine yourself doing one of these poses or just rest. If you're doing bridge, you know how to come up into it. If you're doing wheel, you're going to start out the same way, and you're going to place your hands on either side of your head. Watch out for your hair, if you have it. On either side of your head, place the palms down on the ground so that fingertips are facing towards your shoulders. Then here, you're going to arch the spine like cow pose. Feet are hips width distance apart. Lift the pelvis, and then if you want, push down into your hands and come to resting on the top of your head. If this is going well, push down with the legs and lift into wheel pose. Feel the inner legs spiral down, heels drawing back. Push down with the hands, and then lower down to the ground. If you're in wheel or bridge, draw the knees in and give yourself a hug. Maybe rock side to side. Take a happy baby. Maybe stretch one leg and the other. And then bring the knees in. And roll up to seat. Now here, we're going to do some hip opening. Feel free to stay lying on your back and take a figure 4 like this. But I want to offer up another variation for those who are interested. Bend the knees and place the feet in front of you, hips width distance apart on the floor. Then bring the right ankle across the left thigh bone for figure 4. Sit up nice and tall. Lift, add some height underneath your hips if you'd like to do that. Then I'm going to offer up double pigeon or fire log pose. So you're going to bring the left foot and lie the shin down so that shins are stacked. And you may not have a connection of knee to foot, and that is okay. Hopefully over time, the hips will open. If you're here and you'd like to, you can lift your hips up slightly and move them back so that you're more on the fronts of your sitting bones. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can walk the fingertips forward. And breathe. Sometimes it's nice to take a pillow and place it underneath your head or your chest if you are that far forward. You get the same benefits from doing your figure 4. So if this is not accessible to you right now, please do the figure 4, either on your back or seated. Both are fine. When you're ready, inhale, come on up. Extend the legs forward. And we'll come into the other side. Bend the knees so that feet are on the floor, hips width distance apart. And then you're going to bring your left foot over left ankle, over right thigh. And you can stay here. Or, if you want to deepen it, you're going to come into double pigeon or fire log by bringing the right foot underneath the left knee. And the left knee might not make it at first to the right foot. It may take some time. If you want to, you can lift the hips up by pushing down into the floor with your hands and scooting them back towards the back of your mat. Inhale, you can walk the fingertips forward, and perhaps you fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, extend the legs in front of you. If there is any final pose you would like to take, please take it to complete your practice. If you are ready, lie down on your back for Shavasana. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you like, or start to bring some awareness and some movement back into your body by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Bring the knees into the chest and roll to the right. Gently bring yourself up to a tall seat. Thank you for practicing with me today. I know it's not always easy to come to your mat, and it's not easy to give it all you've got in a strength flow and really push it to your limit. So thank you, and please thank your body. Please thank your mind. I have a couple of announcements. If you like this flow, please like it and share it and send it to all your friends. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all the social media things. If you didn't make it today or you can't make it at 10 a.m., you can always go back and you can always go back and take our classes at any time. You don't need to come live. If you want to practice at 1 in the morning, by all means do so. They're all on our Facebook and our YouTube pages. We offer these classes for free, but they are donation-based, and if you would like to see your donation go to Queer, Trans, and PoC Families, please Venmo at the Glitter Goddesses, and just let us know if you wanted to go towards helping New York City families or Providence families. I'm coming in from New York City, and my other goddess colleagues are in Providence, Rhode Island. I think that's it. I'll see you on Sunday, 10 a.m. for a restorative flow. But that's it. Bye, guys.